Okay, so Ed Willis and Jason Botchford here at the Canucks practice on Friday, and we have just had a scrum with angry Kess. Yes. Jason, can you walk us?
Seems John Tortorella is already kind of washed down onto Ryan Kesler. We kept expecting, we keep expecting the fireworks from Tortorella. Turns out we got him from Ryan Kesler today. Kind of lost his mind a bit when he was asked about all the people who doubt him and doubt the Vancouver Canucks. And let's face it, this isn't a team, Ed, that this year is really expected to be a Stanley Cup contender. They've kind of become an afterthought in the NHL. Well, that doesn't sit too well with Ryan Kesler. He was crass and he swore.
People predicting that this team is now on its downslide and they're kind of not in the same top 3-4 teams you've been in the last 3-4 years.
To be honest, I don't listen to that shit. That's what it is. It's shit. We believe in ourselves in the dressing room, and all those negative comments. We're not even gonna. To be honest, I shouldn't even answer that question. It's shit.
Swearing in hockey, who knew?
Yeah, he swore a couple times, and it wasn't. Normally the swearing is f***ing.
Yeah.
This wasn't f***ing.
Just a good old boy. Never meaning no harm.
Let's move on to a guy who we would like to see get a little angry this year. Zach Kassian played with the Twins in the scrimmage that started at 6:30 a.m. I for one wasn't there, but I know you're a dedicated professional, and you were there. Do you see a fit there, Kassian, with the Twins?
Well, I see a promise of a possibility of a fit. I think that he has the opportunity. He's clearly going to be given the opportunity. I think that there was frustration last year among the Canucks management that Zach wasn't given more chances to play with the Sedin Twins. There was frustration from Zach that he got taken off that line after such a good start and really didn't get an opportunity the rest of the year for any length of time to get that chance again. He's going to get it at the beginning of this year for sure. And to me, it's a make or break year. I know he's still like 22 years old. He's still a young guy, but he's got to prove himself now. I mean, the door is open here in terms of playing with the Sedin Twins, Ed. Yeah. And I think that if you blow that chance, and if he blows this chance, he's going to have a very difficult time getting it back, getting it again, getting another shot into the top six with Torts.
Speaking of gotta win, we just had Eddie Lack in here, who emerges as a very intriguing character this year. Even if you give 65 games to Roberto Luongo, that's still 15-17 for Eddie Lack, who hasn't played since November and has zero track record in the NHL. What do you see there?
Yeah, I'm concerned. Like I asked him today, kind of smiled and laughed when I asked him if he thought he had played enough games. He had 2.5 years in the minor leagues. He thinks that that's enough and he's ready, but he hasn't played in this entire year, Ed. I mean, he's just 25 years old. He needs games. Like, that's not a way to develop a guy, to sit him on the bench and have him play 15 games over the course of 8 months. Like, if he doesn't play, if he ends up backing up Roberto Luongo, he plays maybe 5 games up till the end of December, and that's 5 games for the entire season. Maybe he plays 7. That's for a whole year, and basically it will be a lost year for him. So my call is actually not to have Eddie Lack as the backup, to bring someone in, let him go down to Utica, start a bunch of games in the first month, and then transition him back to being the backup.
I don't see how they get through this season without a proven NHLer backing up Luongo. They're still sitting there with that 2-point whatever in cap space. To me, that screams veteran backup. And speaking of screaming, let's get back to everybody's favorite topic at this training camp, the newly reformed John Tortorella. I continue to be impressed by his forthrightness. I know we're 3 days into this thing and we haven't seen all the colors in the Tortorella mood ring, but for me, he has been everything that was promised.
That's right.
Right now.
Yeah, he's on his camp. He's on the political campaign. He's out there kissing babies, on his best behavior. He's giving these long, verbose, Willie Mitchell type answers to every question. I mean, I'm just exhausted watching him talk and talk and talk. He's going to blow up at some point here. It's going to come after a few losses. Maybe gets stuck in traffic on the wrong day. What's your over/under? We'll wrap this up with our predictions of the date that he blows, and I'm going to go his first real blow up where he swears and yells at someone in the media, and it'll make national news. I'm going January 10th. Right around January, right?
Wow, yeah. January.
Yeah, they got a few games with LA, Anaheim. Looks like a couple of road trips there. I think he can hold off for a few months. I was looking at that big Eastern road trip. Actually, I thought get it out of the way early.
So
and
October.
Do it that way.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there you. So you got 2 big. I'm not sure what Vegas is posted.
Well,
yeah,
right.
but two choices.
He's in New York a couple times, including the Rangers at the end of November. He can't keep it cool in there, can he?
Well, no. Well, how about the Rangers preseason game? Could we go way off the charts here in September. Now that would be fabulous. So that's about what we've got here from Canucks training camp. Ed Willis and Jason Botchford. Thanks a lot.